11:30. Oh dear. Had a pretty restless night last night. Big fireworks. My hike the other day, I saw them preparing a big event, private residence, a wedding, huge do going on. Yeah, fireworks till late. My oil lanterns, my little night lights, vegetable oil lights, one's still burning. The other one went out a few hours ago, but the other one's still burning. I can't figure it out. I suppose, I think it's the way I did the wick, just tied the string up. I'll look into that when I get back. It's still burning now. Yeah, two little lanterns. They were pumping out a little bit of heat, but I suppose it would be good enough for winter to keep it above, if you're in the shack, to keep it above freezing. So I suppose my little idea of getting an oil heater going, yeah, might be worth looking into. If I can get hold of some of that, like JB Weld or Gorilla Weld or something like that, and I could fashion a sort of radiator, couldn't I, out of all those cans? You know, fill them up with water and just let them circulate, warm the water up and radiate some heat. You know, stick it under the bed, you could say. Yeah. Still. Anyway, sun's out. It's a bit cloudy. Keeps going in and out. I just suddenly realised again, I've been playing my game far too much, and I need to get charged up. So it's Sunday as well, so nothing's open. Right, I need to come back here and go through this pile of old rubble, because obviously I don't have the cutting tools for to make a proper canopy out of tin I found and everything else. So the only other alternative is to make a sort of stone section to cover it up. Right. Ah dear. Bloody cyclists. Right. Oh, there's more. Oh God. There's a huge amount of cyclists going around at the moment. Look at them. Everywhere. Cyclists and joggers.
Well, just time pals.
Alright there. Bloody road hogs. Oh, what is it about Sundays that everybody has to get up and do something, yeah? Anyway, well, that's what I'm doing. But I'm taking, oh my God, what's going on? Oh dear, cyclists everywhere, it's really annoying. Right, where was I? Okay, yeah, I was talking about doing something over there, but yeah, I've really got to get those wicker fences up. Oh my gosh, I can see someone. It's up on the motorway. He's just sitting there. I'm just going to inquire. Gotta go back. I don't know if you can see him up at the top there. Oh, can't zoom in. What's he got up there? He's got his camera. Oh, interesting. Has he got a camera? Or is he just sitting there contemplating life? I've got to ask him anyway. I'll get back to you in a minute, guys. It's okay. Just broken down. Just sitting there waiting for something. Yeah, it's always You know, every now and again, and it's not often, you'll come across someone staring over the bridge, you know. Oh, you don't know what's on their mind, do you? One, well, you could have a look and think, oh, he's just looking over the motorway, or he's looking over the cliff, or something else like that. You turn your back and you look behind you, and he's gone. You know, happens just like that. So sometimes it's just good just to. I know it still doesn't. You know, everyone says they're fine. You know, yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry. And it still happens. As I say, you said before, when people hit that fuck it button, that's it, decision's made. You know? So yeah, you got to keep an eye out for anything. You know, I always say, if you blink, you miss something, you know? Oh dear. I think I picked the wrong day for hiking. We've got cyclists, joggers, and wow, I don't mind the horses and all that, but we've got a lovely looking beast coming up here. Hi there. Oh, isn't he lovely?
Sorry?
Oh, isn't he lovely? Hi there. Hey, what are you doing? Yeah. Do you want to say hello? Ooh. Yeah, you're going to be on YouTube now. Oh, all right, lovely guy. Yeah. As I say, it's great to come out and see this sort of thing. Can't do this in the city, you know. You can't enjoy life. City life is not life. You know, caught up in that never-ending cycle of consumerism and materialism, and thinking that this is the be-all and end-all of our life. You know, it's like I said, it's a competition. Yeah, we all agree with it. We should have competition, but we've gotten to a point now where you got one every job now. You've got about 80, 90 people applying for it. That's, you know, city life can become demoralising. Yeah. So, you know, I'm all for people getting out, camping, learning different skills. You know, even if it's just a hobby and everything else. You know, spending a day out in the country, my God, it's so much more beneficial for your health. You know. And then all these plebs or idiots running around in expensive gym memberships and everything else and not doing anything just so they can wear their nice sparkly little gym stuff, you know. Anyway, like I say, you know, it's so much better, more beneficial to be out and about in the country at least once a week. You should go out and do a 10-15 mile walk. Yeah, if preferably, do a 10-15 mile walk, camp out, 10-15 mile walk back again. You know, that will do more for your health than an 80-90 pound a bloody month gym membership. You know? Well, that's what I think anyway. Anyway, like I said, I'm charging up. See, we're still, until I can build a got cut off earlier, power ran out. Here, just an example of how hot it is today. Look at the road, it's all melting. Just like the Wicked Witch of the East. I was wondering why my footsteps were making funny clicking sounds. It's just all I feel it, right? All sort of like soggy underneath me. Oh dear, must be a really hot in this part here. Anyway, I'm heading into the woods. Gonna look for some more thin branches and some more logs. I shall catch you later. Guys, oh, it's 5:30. Charged everything up. I'm starting to run down again, bloody game. At least it's good for tonight. May pop into town tomorrow and get a full proper charge up. Yeah, I went into the woods. Managed to grab a nice big bundle. I used to finish one wall, and I picked up a nice. I think they're 3x6s. They're not 2x4s. They're 3x6s. A couple of logs and a few posts. They're all sort of like stashed away. From the amount of people I've bumped into on the hiking paths and the pathways today, I'm not going to bring them around now. I'll wait till this evening when it's nice and dark and, well, twilight, yeah. But it's been a blinding hot day. My little trickle is, well, non-existent. It's basically dried up, and I've just used what I can get out of that little mud patch sort of thing. Although the drainage things I'm putting in, they're certainly keeping a lot of the sediment back, so that's cool. But I think I want to invest in one of those like hand pumps. If I get out a hand pump, then I don't have to stir it. I just stick the tube in, pump it all out, and it just comes out, and I just, you know, take it off the top, basically. It should come out a lot cleaner and everything else. Yeah, and I've just been cleaning my pots and pans. I don't know if you can see them over there. In some muddy water. But I had already filtered off a bucket last night, which was supposed to be for my wash. That's alright. So, yeah. I don't know whether to go into town tomorrow. Have I got enough charge to last me all day tomorrow? And then do my bits and pieces on Tuesday. I'll check the weather forecast to see what it's all about. Anyway, so again, a lovely day today. There's an apple tree near on one of the footpaths, well, a couple of them, but the apples are nice and big, still a bit tart. I think they're cooking apples, definitely cooking apples. But they're nice, they're juicy and everything else, and when you're running out of water, it supplements it, you know. And I've been eating blackberries. They're all still a little bit tart, not sweet yet. Along the way, and I think I did try a couple of damsons. I think they're damsons, the little blueberries. They can either be slowberries or damsons, and they were also not ripe yet anyway, even though they're falling. It reminds me, I've also got to try and collect some beech nuts. I'll have to roast off some beech nuts later. Everywhere I go, there's loads of them all over the floor. Bloody squirrels are at them already, you know. Oh dear. Anyway, I basically just got back, and I'm hungry, and I need a coffee, some fluids. I run out of drinking water. And my thermos is okay. It's a bit furry inside, but this water is heavy with lime. The lime scale is really quite strong here around here. I don't know if that's going to do my kidneys any good or not, you know, so, or my liver. You need beer to help push through the lime. Right, well, okay, so I've got myself a nice stash of wood to be collected later. There's another stash of logs, and I just thought to myself, with the logs, and I've got some big ones here. Some of the logs, my little Gerber will take some time cutting through it, chopping them up. So I don't know whether or not to do a sneaky, fill up my backpack at the big woods where they're copicing, and there's big stocks of it there, already nicely chopped up, or invest in a nice Barco saw, or invest in a 30-inch or 26-inch saw blade, and they're at 8-9 quid. I can make my own bow drill. So yeah, I'm in a little bit of a dilemma there, what to do. Tuesday I'll get a little bit of money in, but once you paid off everything, I was just doing my budget today and I've got nothing left. So I better stock up on food, get some more food vouchers, because it might be a lean month, August. But at least I'll have money from the communications and everything else. So yeah, I'm going to think about having something to eat. I don't really want to pull out if I do the wood fire outside, it's all well and good, but it does create a long smoke. If I do it inside, even though it gets smoky inside, it gets diffused a lot better than it would be outside. So I'm in two minds. I'd love to be able to cook outside, and it's a good thing I filtered off a lot of the water when it was there. So I've got 15 litres out there. It's good for another couple of days if I don't go mad. But if I do something simple tonight, I won't need a wood fire. I'll just use the mess. Which reminds me, I've got to get to a tool station, and they do 2 litres for 7 quid. Under 7 quid, so that's like £3.50 for a litre. Works out at £1.75 for half a litre, whereas supermarkets and everywhere else I've been, they're charging anywhere for doing £3 and £3.50 for half a litre. So yeah, tool station for your denatured alcohol, yeah, your methylated spirits, is the cheap place to go. Obviously there are chemical companies you can buy in bulk, I still yet to do it, but again, it's all about the money, isn't it? I don't have any money in my bank account to use their facilities. Yeah, but I can get 5 litres for a tenner. That's £2 a litre, £1 a half a litre. That's worth investing in, especially when winter's coming. You know. Oh, I think I did mention it on an earlier video. Those the vegetable oil lantern I made. Yeah, it's something that what I did with the string. I've got a piece of string, fold it over, tie it off, fold it over, tie it off, fold it over, tie it off. So it's 8 pieces. That one went out quicker than the one I did with third, 6 pieces. And that one kept going until, well, when I left. It's out now, of course. So, but I was looking at on Amazon the cost of wicks nowadays, and yeah, I mean, 15 foot of cotton wick is like 7-8 quid. 15 feet isn't that much. But yeah, I'm toying around with the idea of turning these cans once you can fit them together, glue them up. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 wicks. That'll all be sealed up. Make an opening for to put your fuel in. And what you do is you get those like little bits of copper tubing or whatever, or one of those hollow nuts and bolt things, and so you can feed the wick through. So you get 4, and once that's sealed up, that's a nice 4-burner heater. And that's what I was thinking. And another thing about the penny stoves, you know, you have to prime it to get heat the oil up, heat the alcohol up for it to ignite and then cook. But it burns at a very steady rate. Obviously, I don't have the money for one of those nice high-powered pressure Coleman camp stoves and all that multi-fuel camp stoves. 100 odd quid. Anywhere from 50 quid for a Chinese-made one to a MSR or something else like, or a Coleman for 100 odd quid. But I was noticing when you prime it up and the flames get really hot, it really burns up high. You almost get a blue flame coming out of those penny stoves. So I was just toying again with the idea of a single flame, even if it's a tea light, yeah, underneath the penny stove. That will heat the fluid up, and it will burn at a much higher rate, higher temperature, obviously a higher rate. But yeah, it's just an idea I was thinking about. You know, a hot plate. Put the alcohol on the hot plate, sort of thing, and it will cook it off quicker, and it will burn hotter. Anyway, your thoughts on that? I'll give it a go. Again, I've got to buy some Gorilla Weld. Yeah, Gorilla. Yeah. Or buy some JB Weld off of the internet, off of Amazon. That will seal everything tight, and it's JB Weld and Gorilla Weld is supposed to handle really hot temperatures, you know. So it's what I use for sealing, hot plates. So yeah, I want to get that, and again I need to get a Dremel. Dremel will help me make the holes I need in these, because you know, hacksaw just doesn't. It takes such a long time to cut through these things. Well, at least the Poundland hacksaws. A Dremel, it's off. Yeah, hole, bang, bang, bang. Gorilla Weld, bang, done and dusted. So yeah. You see, again, yeah, Gorilla Weld, yeah, bang, glue it, got a stand. I won't have to do it on the rocket stove I'm going to make. But once that's done, yeah, it's, again, bushcrafting is not about making chairs and whittling spoons and forks and everything else. Bushcrafting is all about survival, you know. I mean, I love TA Outdoors. I love all these guys. I love Ray Mears. I mean, yes, I like Bear Grylls as well. My favourite, Ed Stapp. He's the one who inspired me to do my desert island thing in the Philippines. Yeah, bushcrafting is about making use of your resources, yeah, around you. That's how the old pioneers managed, yeah. They went off into the wilderness, carved their way out. So how our early ancestors lived and survived with making use of the resources. And if those resources included, a pallet, someone's left a pallet, why not? Someone's discarded an old garden fence. Well, that's roofing, you know, or windbreak. Yeah, you don't have to chop down copious amounts of trees to build a windbreak, you know, or use. It's not just about building a quick emergency shelter. Bushcrafting is all about living, yeah, surviving, and using your materials around you to its best possible uses. That's my view. It's all about surviving. You know, you have to skin a deer, skin a bear. You know, it's to wear the clothes. How do you think the North American Indians managed to survive? You know, before us people came along. So it's interesting, you know, because we're so used to the electronic age and everything else, and again, not doing now, we've lost touch with some of the skills that it wasn't such a long time ago, 100 odd years ago, 2018, 1918, 150 years ago. Our great-great-grandfathers were carving their way in the world. Oh, hold on a second. I've had a few comments from family saying I farted very loudly on one of these videos, so I had to put you on hold. Okay. Yeah. And that's the great thing about living out in the woods. You can do what you like and nobody knows. You know, it's like, what's that old expression? Does a bear shit in the woods? Yeah, do you fart in the woods? Yes, of course you do. But I'm recording it for posterity, aren't I? So this is much for, I'm doing this, not necessarily for thousands and thousands of subscribers to make money out of YouTube and everything else. I'm not as slick as anyone else. Everything I get is something I make myself, research myself. I'm not looking for sponsors or anything else like that. I'll read reviews and all that and give my own honest opinion. Nothing fixed about it. I mean, if you're being paid to review something, I don't really care how honest you think you are about it. You're being paid to review it. You're not going to get paid if you give it a shit review. Are you? I mean, yeah, think about it. Yeah, so I mean, if people want to send me stuff to review, I ain't paying for it, and you'll get an honest review, okay? From someone who's actually living it, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not gonna get into my 4x4 with my expensive gear on the back and everything else. Pop off for a couple of days in the woods. Yeah, I'm living it. You know, I'm doing the things that, you know, trying to get back to the simplest form of life, yeah? And yes, I'm still dependent on the system. I still need food. I'm still reticent about killing another squirrel. It's not that I'm a softie or anything else like that. It's just that, you know, I don't feel the need for it at the moment. Not again while you've got bits and pieces around you, you know, that you can still rely on. We'll soon see over winter, which reminds me I've got to get my bow started. I've got to make a bow. But again, a hacksaw and a saw and my halter for it, yeah, I should be able to do it. And I've got lots of paracord. I bought another 100-meter roll. So I'm more worried about insulating this this shack. So I need to get some of that spray contact adhesive. I've got, hold on, bugger, just knocked my makeshift table over and lost my coffee, just had to make a new one. basically, I've got loads of this packing material from various items I bought. I've kept them, you know. Because I always think to myself, they'll come in handy, you know. These plastics. These are nice thick plastic bag. It's a bag, yeah. And I was just thinking one or two things. They just harvested some of the fields, and there's loads of straw lying around. I could pack this up full of straw. You know, there's extra padding. You know, those air beds I've had, all those air beds, and those and I just can't seem to understand where the bloody holes are. I patched one I could up and everything else. But so I was just thinking, extra bedding, plastic also, make you sweat and everything else. So that's extra thermal thing. But okay, I could split this open a bit and double it up. Contact adhesive, silver foil. Bang, reflector. It's an automatic reflector. You know, you could build a frame for it and just stick it down the side, so everything else will. So it'll be a decent reflector. These are the things, as I say, you make use of the resources you have. You know, I mean, a roll of 30-metre roll in Tesco's value tin foil is like 30p. It's like, oh, try that out. I mean, what I did for Tesco's cool bag. When I was tenting it, when I'm out tenting. I've got this cool bag, yeah, and basically I just cut it open, that's all flat, and peg that into the ground. I've got an automatic fire reflector, and it worked. When I put it around my stove, it really reflected the heat. Obviously not too close to the stove, as you can see. It does melt. But yeah, this was actually fantastic. 50p I got this for, I think. There's your fire reflector. You know, there's your thermal. You know, if I don't know. I suppose if you've got enough of them together, yeah, if you've got maybe 5 or 6 of them together, or maybe no, not even that. Maybe put 4 of them together. You got yourself an emergency blanket. You know, just staple them together. Actually, they come with Velcro, so you can Velcro them together. So, you know, you don't have to. I mean, I look at a lot of these videos and everything else. I love, as I said, I love TI Outdoors. He's very slick guy and all that. Ray Mears. There's Sierra Survival. There's Lofty Wiseman. There's loads of people doing this sort of stuff. And kudos to them. Each and every single one of them have their own way of doing stuff. It's all boils down to the same thing though. Can you survive? And as I said, I'm a bit of a pessimist and a cynic, and I really believe our world is changing, and not for the better. I hear something rustling in the bushes. I'm just going to investigate. Actually, do you want to come with me? Let's see what we can see. If we're lucky, it could be a deer. There's a couple of deer. I rummage through here quite often. Oh, on that side. Maybe they've come to investigate why there's no water. And the only place where there is water is my little well. There's something in the bushes, alright. It's not a dog because they'd be jumping around like wildfire. Yeah, definitely a deer, I should imagine. He's obviously seen me or smelt me, so he's being really quiet. Oh well, let him get on with his business. Oh dear, like I said, I'm just. What was I talking about? Bushcrafting, wasn't it? Yeah, the world's changing. And as I think I mentioned it before, this frightening fact. When the authorities decide to turn the power off, turn the water off, and it will probably happen during winter, society will take less than a week to break down. And if you don't know how to survive that, you know, I can see it happening now. You take a look at these postings of what's going on in Europe, France, Germany, Sweden. You know, this. It's not going to end well, you know. And as I said, you 99% of you are not prepared for it. You don't believe it's going to happen, you know. So, but my favourite saying, yeah, Sive Pacem, para bellum. If you want peace, prepare for war. And we're not. Our leadership has got us twisted in our thinking. You could take a look at I mean, if you look at the United Nations, and all their resolutions they pass, and all their little plans and sneaking. It's another great quotation from C.S. Lewis about the admin age. Yeah? Evil men, yeah? Evil men are not your murderers and everything else. They are evil. The real evil men, they wear expensive suits, nice white shirts, clean ties, sit in little rooms, deciding, yeah, who's going to live and die. They're the real evil. Anonymous. You wouldn't know them. Yeah? You make rules and regulations. Slowly, bit by bit, they take away a little bit of freedom here, take a little bit of freedom here, and they get you so fearful that you don't want to lose. You don't want to lose. This is my precious. Oh, I don't want to lose it. I don't want to lose it. Yeah. So yes, I'll do anything you like. You know. And that's the face of true evil. It's happening here right now. And recent events, you know, you can't speak out against it. You get jailed. You get big burly policemen come knocking on your door 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning saying you're not allowed to say these things, you're not allowed to post these things, you're not allowed to do this, you know. Are you a racist? Are you a what? Yeah. As I said, society is changing, whether you like to believe it is or not. And 99% of you are not prepared for it. Don't want to believe it. And anyway, oh my gosh, 30 minutes. I'm sorry, I'm bored the hell out of you. I'll get back to bushcrafting later. Yeah, tomorrow might be a lazy day. I've got to go to the town on Tuesday. Just sit around and whittle some spoons. Make something practical actually. So yeah, just gotta get all the bits and pieces you need to put everything together. I've got lots of raw materials. Just don't have the tools to put everything together. And I don't think duct tape will make a sufficiently good seal, you know. Catch you later, guys. Oh, don't think you can see me. Well, I'm just going into the woods. It's only what, 8:30, 8:45. Getting dark. Now I'm just going into the woods to pick up the stuff I left behind. Oh gosh, it really is dark, and it's really dark in these woods. And I just noticed my little brook where I had my camp before. Well, I know you can't see it, I'm sorry. This bloody camera. Where I had my camp before, I would be absolutely buggered. So in some ways I'm glad they turfed me off. Anyway, I'm going to pick up my little foraging trip, have some extra poles and head on back to camp. Catch you later, guys.